First off, we have Katara and Sokka. Their story, unfortunately, remains relatively short. Without the discovery of Aang, the Fire Nation, namely Zuko, wouldn't have come to bother the Southern Water Tribe again. And in their belief that all of the Southern Waterbenders are long gone, Katara would have been free to practice and potentially pass on any limited skills she could develop, devoid of a teacher, onto the next generation of Southern Waterbenders. We'll come back to that. Sokka, I was a little torn on. While part of me believes that as he ages and sees the deteriorating state of the war, he would eventually sail off in search of his father Hakoda. But then when you look at all of Sokka's character development across all 3 seasons, it's all directly as a result of his journey with Team Avatar. It's the overcoming of obstacle after obstacle, challenge after challenge, while not having bending to rely on like his counterparts, that shapes Sokka into the confident, competent leader that we begin to see by the end of the series, and is shown to us in its entirety briefly in Korra. Instead, I believe Sokka would stay with his tribe indefinitely, caring for and protecting his tribe until such a time any remnants of the Southern Tribe warriors made their way home. Zuko and Iroh can wait for now. Moving on. Suki and the Kyoshi warriors, having never been inspired by Aang or clashed with Zuko, would remain as guardians on Kyoshi Island, staying out of the war as a whole. Remember this, as it will be important later. Jet and his freedom fighters likely would never have seen the error of their ways, and would have continued to harass soldiers and citizens alike, or anyone unlucky enough to stumble into the woods around their treetop hideouts. Ironically, this is one of the few scenarios where some good may have been done, as the village of Gai Pan would not have been flooded without the help of Aang and Katara. Ugh, the tribes of the Great Divide. Let's just skip this part, okay? They all died, that's it. That's what happened, moving on. Makapu village, believing Aunt Wu's fortunes to be true, is wiped out alongside most of its inhabitants by the volcanic eruption. Bato likely would have healed his wounds and gone to rejoin Hakoda and the other southern warriors. Zhongrong would have remained in peace, undisturbed until called into action by the White Lotus. The Mechanist and Tio, without Aang's guidance and help, would never have had the courage to stand up to the Fire Nation, and as a result would have continued producing new weapons of war through the coming years. Admiral Zhao I see continuing his path to destroy the Northern Water Tribe and kill the Moon Spirit. Without Zuko or the Avatar in his path, or distracting him, it's likely that he would have then gone into the siege with an even higher level of prestige within the Fire Nation, and as such with potentially bolstered numbers. Zhao's assault, as we see in the show, was highly successful. Without Team Avatar there to assist, and without Aang there to use his quasi-kaiju moon magic, the Northern Water Tribe would fall, and with it would come the end of waterbending. Sorry, Katara, and new Southern Benders. Alright, moving forward. Moku, Chong,